to Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson makes someone miss. Garrett Wilson's loose to the 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Breece Hall cuts up the middle. Breece Hall's loose. Breece Hall's gone. Breece Hall is gone. He walks into the end zone. Josh Allen fires it over the middle. Intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks off Allen. Sauce Gardner, let's go. The rookie picks off Josh Allen. Win it. Get ball. Oh my God. Drops back to pass. He fires it over the middle. Touchdown. Garrett Wilson. The New York Jets tie the football game. The rookie. The Jets win. The Jets win. Ashton Davis. Isis the King. Let's go. And Quinton Williams with the tackle for loss. That's a loss of 5 yards. Josh Allen is going to fire up a bomb. Josh Allen. Sauce Gardner's there for the game winner. The New York Jets beat the Buffalo Bills and improved to 6-3 on the year. Sauce Gardner.
That's how we can run the ball, boy. Yeah.
Yo, what is good, Jets Nation? Welcome back to another Jets Media live stream. And today we got some news to talk about. Yesterday, we heard that the New York Jets are officially meeting with Calais Campbell, a player that I've been saying I want the New York Jets to sign since he was released from the Baltimore Ravens. And I want this man to be a Jet so freaking bad. Now, Calais Campbell is meeting with a lot of other teams. He had a great meeting with the Atlanta Falcons, I believe. He met with the Jaguars. And then now he's meeting with the Jets and the Buffalo Bills. I could be wrong on that report, but I know he's meeting the Jets and another team. But it is very good news because I kept seeing Calais Campbell meeting with this team, with that team. I'm like, why is he not meeting with the freaking New York Jets? Well, here he is. He's officially meeting with the New York Jets. I'm excited to potentially talk about Calais Campbell coming to Gang Green. If you guys can do me a gigantic favor, hit that thumbs up button on your way into the show. We greatly appreciate each and every one of you guys tuning in. Let's go, baby. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Let's go. Yo, Richie, I told Carter to unblock you. You should be good in a few hours or so. So yeah, actually, Carter did unblock me and he DM'd me on Twitter apologizing about blocking me. I'm like, it's all good, man. No personal feelings at all. We're all good. He's like, I was trying to lock in for the season. I don't blame you. So me and Michael Carter, we're great. Carter's a great guy. So the reason why I want Calais Campbell on the New York Jets is for the biggest reason. We don't have a defensive tackle that I feel comfortable, next to Quinton Williams. We don't have one. Sheldon Rankins is gone. Nathan Shepard is gone. We brought back Solomon Thomas. But outside of that, we need another defensive tackle. Let's do it. Thank you, Crossfire. Appreciate you letting him know. Do you know him personally, Michael Carter, or how did you tell him? Did you DM him? Did you just add him on Twitter? How do you know Michael Carter? If you don't mind me asking. Why did Carter block me? He blocked he just blocked a lot of people from last year because he wanted to lock in for the season and just want to clean out his social media feed. Can't blame him. Can't blame him on that. We all need Calais. Now, the reason why Calais Campbell makes so much sense for the New York Jets is, yes, we have a hole to fill, but a win-now player like Calais Campbell just feels right for that defense. We're getting a multi-time Pro Bowler, and people are going to say, well, Richie, he's old. He's washed up. No, he had a pretty darn good season for the Baltimore Ravens last year, and there are some players that play really good football at the back end of their careers, and now we are becoming a team that players like Calais Campbell, Odell Beckham Jr., Ezekiel Elliott, he's not coming here, but he wants to come here. We're becoming a team that veterans want to come play for because we're going for a Super Bowl. So pretty wild stuff. And the Jets have a glaring hole, and the Jets had interest in Fletcher Cox. They actually showed him a big-time contract, and the New York Jets were very optimistic about landing Cox with their offer that they gave to him, but Fletcher decided to go back with the Philadelphia Eagles. You can't blame him there. He's been with him his entire career. So now it's obvious that the Jets want to really fill in that hole next to Quinnen Williams with a big fish. And who better than a run-stopping monster who can get you 5 sacks a season in Calais freaking Campbell? So I want to get your guys' thoughts in the chat. Do you want Calais Campbell on the New York Jets? Why or why not? Let's go. Let me know. Let me know. I cannot wait. All right. We got yes, no, yes. Let me know, guys. Yes or no, Calais Campbell on the Jets. Absolutely. God damn it. Hell yeah. If you don't want him, let me know why. I want to hear your reasoning that you would not want a multi-Pro Bowler that is at the end of his career that still got a lot of juice, because not only is he going to add impact on the team on the field, but off the field, think of the leadership qualities, being able to rile people up. We're going to have alpha males in that locker room on the defense with CJ Mosley, Calais Campbell. Sauce Gardner is developing into the leader of that secondary. DJ Reed is a phenomenal leader. We need guys that have that energy to them that galvanizes the players around him, where it also will just add a presence, where Calais Campbell is a seasoned vet that's been in the league for a long, long time, and players are going to look up to him, and players are going to want to learn from him, and players are going to want to model their game after him, and he's going to want to embody that captain-esque feel. And I love this, and I feel like some people are getting a little concerned with the Jets getting all these older veterans. Why are you concerned about that? We're still so freaking young. We have young players all across this roster. We have a whole draft class coming with another rookie class. We're not replacing young players with old players. We're just adding veterans to the good dynamic that we already have on the roster. That's young players. I love this. I love it. Heck yeah, especially with the young drafted DT to groom. Yeah, I think that's the vision. You sign Calais Campbell, you draft the defensive tackle in the draft, and then we roll with those 4 D tackles: Quinnen, Calais, Solomon Thomas, and a rookie. I like that. And we still got Tanzel Smart, who will probably be on the practice squad. Absolutely yes, says Carlos. One of the all-time greatest Jag players in Jags history, for real. He's visiting the Bills. Yes. Okay. Thanks for confirming that, Snoopy. Boo, Bills. We will have a Super Bowl window, so we need to go all in. Exactly, guys. We're going all in. How about that? The New York Jets are going all in for a ring. I know that it might sound a little craziness for me to say that. It doesn't make sense in our Jets fans' brains that we are going all in this season for a Super Bowl ring. I know that sounds weird. It sounds so weird coming out of my mouth. But guess what, guys? It's the reality. It's not a delusional take to say that. Because when we get a Hall of Fame quarterback like Aaron Rodgers and is recruiting a guy like Odell Beckham Jr., and Calais Campbell's potentially coming to the New York Jets, this is the team that the Jets have built to go all for a Super Bowl, go all for a playoff win. And I know that it's kind of like, okay, Richie, let's calm down the Super Bowl talk before let's just get to the playoffs. I get all that. But the reality is the Jets are not going all in to trade for a Hall of Fame quarterback in Aaron Rodgers who's 40 years old just to make the playoffs. Okay? Every season's about winning it all, whether they have the expectations for it or not. And this is the first time that Jets fans are going to have to get used to the expectations of going all in. All right? All right. Why not us? Hey. Why not us? Let's freaking go, baby. What up, vibes? Fortify the O-line. That's the issue. Becton scares the crap out of me. Yeah, Ben Jones is still not on the Jets yet. That's something to keep in mind. We do not have a starting center. We need to... I think the offensive line pickups that we got are underrated. I think they're more depth pieces, so we're not really talking about it. And Tristan Colon and Wes Schweitzer, those guys replaced Dan Feeney and Nate Herbig, which I think they're both upgrades over those 2 players, by the way. But we still have a hole at center, and we need another tackle. And I know Becton scares the crap out of you, but guys, it is a phenomenal sign. Great sign. And I know he still has to prove himself by staying healthy. But guys, the problem with Mekhi Becton staying healthy has been his weight. And he has slimmed down so much. I know that it's going to take a lot for us to get around trusting in Mekhi Becton, but I personally trust him. I think that the only thing holding him back is his availability. You get him on the field, he has Pro Bowl level talent. He proved that in his rookie season. And now he's back at that shape. And let's hope that he lucks out and he can stay healthy throughout training camp leading up into the season. And we can get a full healthy season of Mekhi Becton at left tackle. And yes, I said left tackle. Let's go. Let's freaking go. Now he looks too skinny. That's the funny thing. He was too big. Now he's too skinny. But this is the time for him to cut that weight down. And I think he's going to start, putting on muscle. He's going to be fine. It's better for him to be too skinny than too big. I promise. Becton is clearly putting in the work, and he's got plenty of talent. I have faith in him. I got faith in him too. I trust him, but we will have that same strength. Will he have that same strength that made him a top-tier prospect coming out of the draft? Yeah. Just because he's skinny, guys, that does not mean the strength is going away. The fat's leaving him, the muscle's staying the same. So that's kind of how his body works, right? He was a little, body mass was thick. He's losing that extra weight, and that's going to be so good on his lower half and his knees. And that's what the injuries were coming from, his lower half, as it was never upper injuries. Like, for example, AVT had a tricep injury. That's upper half stuff. It's his lower half that's been hurting Mekhi. His first injury wasn't his fault. It was Greg Van Roten being a bad offensive lineman, getting destroyed week 1 against the Panthers, and then letting GVR let the defender on the Panthers throw himself into Mekhi Becton's knee, done for the year. Year later, his knee buckles at practice because there's a lot of weight on that knee, out for the season. The weight is what was hurting him. So he needed to slim down. He absolutely needed to slim down. People always complain, shaking my effing head. Hey, man, it's life. People will always complain, and it's my job to handle it. Feel me? But he looks like a linebacker. Good. I'm an unbiased Jets fan, says Carter. What's Carter talking about? Aaron Rodgers is washed. Aaron Rodgers is washed. Well, sign me up for a washed Aaron Rodgers, because Aaron Rodgers' washed season last year would have been the best Jets season at the quarterback position in 7 years since Ryan Fitzpatrick. That's how bad we've been, folks. So anyone that tells you Aaron Rodgers is washed, just let them know that this Jets football team doesn't need a quarterback to be MVP level to make some noise. We're that good around the quarterback. We almost made the damn playoffs with Zach Wilson and Mike White and Joe Flacco. We were 6-3 beating the Buffalo Bills heading into the bye week last year until everything went haywire because of our offensive line mess and our quarterback situation just really went south. Okay? We just need Aaron Rodgers to be Aaron Rodgers. Like, we don't need him to be MVP stuff. It'll be great if he is that. I'm not saying that I don't think he could become an MVP, but I hate the narrative that, oh, he's washed up and he's going to throw more picks than touchdowns. Bro, we're talking about Aaron Rodgers, one of the greatest quarterbacks of this generation. You think he's just going to start throwing picks everywhere and not just play good football? We need him just to play competent, complementary, let's just organized, good football. We're not asking Rodgers to do much. Just put the ball in the end zone, put up 24 points a game, which is just above the league average. Let the defense go to work, rely on the run game, and we're going to do good things. Okay? If a washed Aaron Rodgers is 26 touchdowns to 12 picks, bro, when's the last time a Jets quarterback done that? Fitzpatrick. That fluke year. Give me a washed Rodgers if that's the stats we're talking about. Love it. Now, getting back on the topic of Calais Campbell. Calais Campbell? We're talking about Calais Campbell. Next to Quinnen Williams. Folks, I want you to just close your eyes real quick and visualize a defensive line with Calais freaking Campbell next to the first team All-Pro and Quinnen Williams up the middle, with John Franklin Myers on the defensive end. And as of right now, it seems like we're keeping Carl Lawson. He could still be maybe on his way out. I'm not too sure. But if it's not Carl Lawson, plug in Jermaine Johnson there. That D-line looks freaking scary. Bro, if you're an interior offensive lineman at guard or center, and you see Quinnen and Calais lined up in front of you, they're terrified of those two. You know the stunts they're going to pull, the twists with JFF. Bro. B. Lopez with a $5 super chat. Thank you, my friend. That means a lot to the channel. This is the year the Jets go undefeated, 17-0. Figured the last time Aaron Rodgers just went to the Super Bowl and he was 15-1. I love it. Love it. Thank you, B. Lopez. I appreciate the optimism and more importantly, appreciate the donation. Let's go. How much would Campbell ask for? What up, Hennessy? How you doing, bro? Not sure. I don't think it would be much. I mean, listen, we're talking about Calais Campbell here, so he could be asking for a little bit, but I'm hopeful that he'll be like, yeah, I trust what I'm gonna do. I trust the vision. I'm gonna take less. Right? Guys, if you're enjoying the show, do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button. Hope you guys are enjoying my new audio. Got a brand new microphone here. Hopefully it sounds better. I know I've been having some audio difficulties with you guys the past couple of weeks with the streams. Hopefully it sounds better and we don't have any more issues. That's for sure. But guys, if you're enjoying the show, do me a favor. Hit that like button for your boy. Let's freaking go. Let's freaking go, folks. We got 44 likes with 147 you guys tuning in. Let's do it. Let's freaking go. All right, I want to make a poll in the chat because I want to hear from you guys now. Do you want the Jets to sign Calais? And if your answer is no on Calais Campbell, let me know why. Okay? Let me freaking know why. Are you doing a home game fan experience next season? Yes, I am, Johnny, and it's going to be phenomenal this year. So last year, I did the first annual Jets Media Day. It was week 5 during the Miami Dolphins game, and this season, it's going to be even bigger and better. Now, I don't know which game yet because they did not announce the schedule, but stay tuned, guys. Around May, when they announce the schedule, I'm going to announce Jets Media Day. We're going to have a whole tailgate. We're going to all sit together. We're going to be able to get access to the field after the game and go on the MetLife Stadium turf. It's going to be crazy. I'm going to get Jets Media Day merch. I'm going to I got fun things planned. I got some things in the works for new merch, some coasters, Jets Media coasters. And, of course, I got some Mets Media, Knicks Media as well. But let me know if you guys would be interested in one of these. It's a nice little coaster for your coffee, for your water, for whatever you're drinking. But, yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun, man. Jets Media Day, stay tuned in May. Johnny's going to fly in from Cali. Let's go, Johnny. I'm actually going to California for a month in the summer, in June. I'll be there. For the right price, why not, if not, draft the run stuffer in the late rounds? I think they're going to do both, Hennessy. I think get Calais and draft the run stuffer so we can have a piece for the now and a piece for the future. Who better to develop a young run stuffing defensive tackle in the later rounds than Calais Campbell? And, of course, Quinnen Williams. Can you make a Brooklyn Nets coaster for me? Oh, Samuel, I appreciate you, but that ain't happening. I'll make you a Jets one, though. Come on. It's a Jets one, right? Are they replacing the stadium with grass? Yeah, they're redoing the turf this year, which is great news. How would you feel about black pants, green tops at home to the tap into the luck we had with last year's away uni combo? Hey, I'm down with anything. I like that. Sources say he has his sights on Bills or Jets. Those are his top 2 options. I love that. Hopefully he picks the Jets. Who are you, Crossfire? You have some sources. You talk to Carter to unblock me. Who are you? Are you some type of source or something? We got a source in the chat. I like it. Can't complain. Can't complain right now. All right, so let's see what the polls got cooking up. 94% says yes to Calais Campbell. 8% say no. Still. I need that coaster for game days. I got you, bro. I'm going to put these up on my site soon. And if you guys want them, got to cop them. It's pretty sick. I saw someone mock up a green and gunmetal gray uni. It looked insane. Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. Calais could give us a solid 1 or 2 years. I'd rather him than ODB. You talking about Odell Beckham? Hey, we're getting both. It's not one or the other. Is ODB Odell Beckham? Is that what you're referring to? What would a New York Jets stadium look like? Paradise. Don't let Calais leave the building. Do you think there are any standouts in the XFL that can be pulled up? Yeah, there's a lot. I mean, I'll be honest with you guys. I have not been plugged in with the XFL this year. So I can't really speak on anyone in particular that I know of. But I do like what I'm seeing from the XFL. I was into them when they first started with the New York Guardians. I was like, I'm a Guardians fan. Let's go Guardians. And then there's no New York team. Why the XFL take away the biggest market? How are you going to move away from New York? XFL, not smart by you. I was making Guardian videos. Any OG Jets media subscribers that's been here since the beginning, I was making New York Guardian videos on my channel. I was really into the XFL. I was like, I'm a Guardians fan. And then it got shut down. I'm like, all right, well, there goes the XFL. I even bought a Guardians t-shirt, bro. That's how stupid I was. Can't complain. Campbell will come back home to Duval. Possible. I know that he visited with them. But come on. Go to a new spot. Go to the big market. Go to the New York Jets. How about that? Yeah. How about that? Huh? Let's go, baby. Don't let him leave the building. So, guys, I think that this is the week where we're going to have some signings, whether it's Odell Beckham Jr., whether it's a Calais Campbell, whether it's a Ben Jones. I think at least one of those three will be signing with the Jets this week. I really believe that. The final things with the OBJ situation seems to be finances. And then obviously the Aaron Rodgers situation is on halt right now. The Jets and the Packers are far apart on a deal. Well, guess what, Packers? If you want any picks in the draft, you got to trade before the NFL draft. So we'll see about that. But things are heating up. Hardman and Lazard. Can we start talking about our new receivers? I'm excited about them, bro. I really am. McCole Hardman is electric. You guys see this man's highlights? I mean, we all watch Chiefs games just because they're on every single primetime game throughout the entire season, right? If you're a football fan, you watch Chiefs games, not because you're a Chiefs fan, because you're a fan of the NFL, and they're always on primetime. I feel like every time I ever watched a Chiefs game, McCole Hardman was making a play. And he got lost in the mix of all those receivers, and he feels like he is more of a threat than what the Chiefs gave him credit for, because they were using him more as either a deep threat down the field for a bomb of a touchdown or jet sweeps and kick return, punt return abilities. He believes, and I think the Jets believe as well, there's a lot more to his game. Route running, they want to get him the ball in his hands everywhere, in space, over the middle, not just, put him in a box and say, all right, you're a vertical threat and a horizontal threat, and that's it. I believe he's going to be a beast for the Jets, bro. He is fast. I think he ran a 4.33. And the Jets actually almost drafted him, by the way. McCole Hardman, Mike McCagnon almost tried to trade up for him in that draft class. What was that, 2018 maybe? Crazy stuff. Richie, what are your thoughts of the Elijah Moore trade? Sorry, I never got around to your streams. I've been busy. What's up, Rogue? No problems, my man. As of now, I'm it makes sense. I'll be lying to you if I would say I was upset at the moment when it happened. Anybody that knows me, you know that I got a connection and a friendship developed with Elijah Moore, and it kind of sucked that the one guy on the Jets that I have a connection with, who he knows who I am, I know who he is, obviously, and he shouts me out, he recognizes me, and I loved one of my favorite Jets. It sucks that he's not here anymore. But from just taking my personal relationship out of it and just looking at it from the Jets fan perspective, it makes sense, because you don't want a player on the team that is looking for a new contract and he wants to get paid. And I know Jets fans don't want to hear this, but Elijah Moore wants to get paid and he has 2 years left on his deal. This is his season that he needs to break out in order to get that contract extension. And with the Jets, they're looking for a lot of receivers where Garrett Wilson's the number one. He's going to get all the targets and then all the people around him, Allen Lazard now, potentially OBJ, McCole Hardman, they're all going to get their fair shares. I feel like Elijah, if he was on the team this year, I think he would have been great with Aaron Rodgers, but I don't think he would have got the target share that he'd want, which is why the Jets said, you know what, let's avoid another issue because don't forget, Elijah requested a trade when the Jets were winning. Definitely did not sit well with the Jets front office of him doing that. So they shift him off. They move up in the draft to the second round, ship off a third-round pick in Elijah Moore. They move on. All right. And I think Elijah's going to do great for Cleveland. I really do. Yeah, that's my take on it. And I know people are like, Richie, enough. Let him go. Sorry. I'm not going to do what you say. I'm going to keep doing how I do it. Marty with the $2. Thank you, man. Aussie Jet says we need a stadium in New Jersey docks area. I'm not familiar with Jersey, so that'll be interesting. We'll love to have the Jets have their own freaking stadium. Please. Marty, make it happen for me. Make it happen, Marty. Thank you for the $2 donation, my man. Yeah, Hardman has unique speed. Aside from being fast, he gets to top speed instantly. Crazy to watch. Yeah, if you watch his highlights, you get the ball in that man's hands, he's gone. He gone. Well, at least Richie, he'll spread your influence in Cleveland now. Yeah, and he did respond to me on Twitter when I gave him my farewell, and that was kind of closure of my man Elijah. Big Q and Calais Campbell. Let's go. Yes, Chaos. Chaos Theory sees the vision. Now, Pierre is true. The Jets do belong on Long Island, and I'm sorry to all my New Jersey folks, but this is where they're from, baby. Shea Stadium. Come on. New York Jets, they belong on Long Island. They used to have their training camp here in Hofstra, 5 minutes from me. Bring them to Long Island. Come on. OBJ, no crybaby, yet more was pillow talking behind closed doors. Drama fueling, go drama to Cleveland. I want OBJ. Richie, what's up? Bring the man in next to Big Q. Can't run on us. Facts. No one's running on us. No, bro, the defensive line, bro. Lazard, Hardman, OBJ, and A-Rod. AFC is going to be scary this season. And you know what's the craziest thing about this, Marvin? And I know you didn't say his name because you're mentioning all new Jets. But throwing Garrett Wilson in this mix. What? Throwing Garrett Wilson in this mix as our number one. We're talking about number 2, 3, and 4. We're excited about wide receivers 2, 3, and 4 because our number one's that freaking good. How does that feel, Jets fans? Do we have money for OBJ, Campbell, and Elliott? Only can wish. Zeke is not coming to the Jets. That report was just Zeke wanting to come here, which, by the way, is pretty darn cool that a player like Zeke, who is ring chasing, is looking at the Jets as a destination for him. That's pretty cool. I don't want Ezekiel Elliott. The Jets don't want Ezekiel Elliott, but it's cool that Zeke wants to come here because he really sees us. Hey, yeah, the Jets look fun. I want to go play with Rodgers. I want to go for a ring. I'll play with Breece Hall. But then Breece Hall's like, nah, we're good, bro. And I'm Corey Davis because he's staying. There are some rumblings that Corey Davis is staying. Now, I think that's very interesting. I'm not sure. What's your take on the trade talks come to a hold for Rodgers? Listen, man, the Packers are doubling down. They want a first-round pick, and the Jets are saying, nope, we're not giving you a first. So I think the Jets have the leverage because if they want that first-round pick and they want some type of capital for this year's draft class, they're going to have to make the trade before the NFL draft. And I think it would be a disservice to Jordan Love and a disservice to the Green Bay Packers fan base and, more importantly, the organization to not make the trade before the NFL draft. Because you're not going to take one of those second-round picks that we got and try to build your team. Send both those second-round picks to Green Bay already. You're getting one of those and a conditional pick next year. Come on. Hopefully, Breece stays the same. I don't think he'll start off the same, but he'll get to that level eventually. What do you think are the chances Breece will be ready for week 1? I think this is why they are eyeing Zeke. Now, remember, the Jets are not eyeing Ezekiel Elliott. That report that we saw was Ezekiel Elliott putting out a wish list of teams he wants to go to. That was not the Jets showing interest in Zeke. The Jets re-signed Ty Johnson. So right now we have 4 running backs on the team. Breece Hall, Michael Carter, Bam Knight, and then the 4th is Ty Johnson. I think that Breece Hall being ready for week 1 is possible, but I do think the Jets are going to really be smart with Breece Hall and not want to rush him back. Crossfire, new member of Jets Media. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I appreciate you joining. I appreciate that big time. Zach Wilson starting. No. 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 You think Michael Carter and Bam got to worry about their job security? I think Bam is gone. Not sure about MC. No, I think they both have an opportunity to play with this team this year. No doubt. Oh, yeah, Douglas and Saleh. At the moment, he's a starter until the Rodgers trade is final. True. Zach is our guy right now, folks. If you want to... He is. Johnny, welcome to the Jets Media Rookie Membership Program. I got to update those emojis. Who should I include in the emojis for my members? When you're a member, you get access to this. Let's see. How do I even do it? All right. Right now, it's Quinnen, Mekhi Becton, Douglas, and Saleh. Those are the 4 guys they get. I can definitely update it, though. I think I'm going to update it to Sauce, Garrett. I made these like a while ago when we first hired Saleh. So if my members can have fun with those emojis. I love that. Guys, if you're just tuning into the show, if you've not already, hit that like button. Let's see it. Let's get to 100. That would mean a lot. 25 likes away from 100. Smash those buttons, baby. Jets are absolutely happy with the running back group. They aren't going to go after Zeke and run the risk of upsetting Carter, Hall, and Knight. Yeah, the Jets aren't going after Zeke. I like our running backs right now. If anything, draft one or get an undrafted rookie in. We'll see how that leverage swings when they call other teams. Rodgers doesn't want to go anywhere else, and they're not going to do that. That's like not, that doesn't scare the Jets. Aaron Rodgers said, do you know what Aaron Rodgers could do if they do that? He's going to show up to the Green Bay Packers facility and say, give me my $60 million if you're not going to trade me. And the Packers will say, shit, I don't want to give you that money. Fine. We'll trade you. That ain't happening. There's Larry Ojanobi. I do not think he's still available. Did we hear anything about Calais meeting? I don't think they met yet. They're going to meet. So haven't heard anything yet. What Joe Douglas should do with the AR-12 trade is give them a second-round pick and a conditional 4th for AR-12 and a 3rd pick to get their 3rd-round pick back, and we can sit with a 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. I like that. Yeah, I mean, I think the conditional pick next year is going to be important. And they should make it like a conditional 4th, and if we make it to the playoffs, it turns into a 3rd. If we make it to the AFC Championship, it turns into a 2nd. If we make it to the Super Bowl, it turns into a 1st-round pick. And please, oh my gosh, let's send you a 1st-round pick next year if it turns into that, because that means the Jets are in the damn Super Bowl. All right? All right. Rodgers controls his landing spot. 60 million reasons why the Packers would be forced to start him if he shows up. You're not sitting a Hall of Fame quarterback who's due 60 mil. Rodgers doesn't have no trade clause. They can trade him anywhere. Yeah, but they're not trading him to a team that he does not want to play for. Because guess what? Indianapolis and Washington, they're not going to trade for Rodgers if Rodgers does not tell them that he wants to play for them. Aaron Rodgers said he wants to play for the New York Jets. So the Indianapolis Colts and the Washington Commanders are not trading for Rodgers because they know that Rodgers does not want to play for them. It's that simple. Why are you overcomplicating this? He doesn't have a no trade clause, yes. But it's not like the Packers can just trade him away to a team and the team doesn't even know if Rodgers wants to play for them or not. Rodgers said he wants to play for the New York Jets. He does not want to play for anybody else. Therefore, any other team is not going to be interested in trading for him. Pretty simple. Not complicated. They can't trade him anywhere. He will retire, cause him to eat. Exactly. Who do you think we take at 13? Safety or offensive line center? I do not think we take a safety. I think it's going to be an offensive line or defensive line. For sure. I think that they're going to draft John Michael Schmitz, and I think that they're either going to trade back from 13 or trade back into the first round or higher in the second round to get him. I think he's a Jet. That's how I look at it. I love how the Packers fans at this point is like, well, if you don't give us a first, we'll treat the best player in our franchise history like trash and we'll force him out. Real classy. Yeah, it's a very interesting slope, man. And I welcome all Packers fans in the conversation with us, though, because, Jets fans and Packers fans, we're all going through this together in our own different ways. The Packers have Jordan Love. They're ready, excited for him. They want to get Aaron Rodgers out of there, but they want to get the most value for him as possible. When the Jets, we need that quarterback so we can go all in this year. There's nothing but love that I have for the Packers fan base because they're going through just like us in a very different way. But of course, we're going to have our budding opinions. That's the reality of the situation, right? CJ Mosley, Quincy, and Quan. That's the other guy we need to re-sign. Quan, come home. Come back, Quan. There's a rumor out there. Yahoo Sports NFL insider Charles Robinson believes that Randall Cobb and Mercedes Lewis will sign with the Jets eventually. I mean, those are two players that you're just signing for what reason? To bring in, to make Aaron Rodgers feel at home. Trade back from 13 and draft JMS at center. The Packers just want more when they're not going to get more. It's simple. It's a 2 and a conditional 3 that can turn into a 1. Facts. Chuck Clark now. My man, Chuck Clark. Houston. What up, Jimmy? What's Houston? What's up, Houston? Packers fans just give it up to Rodgers is a Jet, regardless of how long you guys take. Their draft stock gets worse every day that passes. Crossfire's adding the Cheddarhead and says Packers are against the wall. Either they trade him to us or they get hit with the $99, $100 million in dead cap. Doesn't matter all the much to us if we get him. We have backup plans. Yeah, because the Packers have their option at quarterback and Jordan Love, but are they really going to do Jordan Love dirty and having to take on that type of dead cap money where you can't build around your young quarterback? That would be a disservice to Jordan Love. That would be bad for Jordan Love. You got to build around your young quarterback, and you can do a lot with that money. A lot. Hey, Rich, worst case scenario, September 2nd, Rodgers still on Green Bay and the Jets, no QB. Packers, no picks this year and divided team. Hey, man, I don't think that's going to happen. Backup plan is Zach Wilson, who, by the way, beat the Green Bay Packers in Lambeau. Just saying. And by the way, he's not our backup plan. He's not going to start this season. We would pivot to another veteran. But still got to show you that Zach Wilson beat the Green Bay Packers. But that was because our defense and our run game. Zach did not do that much in that game. I don't want to give Zach too much credit. But hey, he played turnover-free ball. Thank you, Zach, for that game. Thank you. Thank you for that. But it's all good, guys. We don't need to think about a backup plan because guess why? Aaron Rodgers is going to be a Jet. Do you honestly feel like we need OBJ? What up, Jack? I do. And this is the reason why. I feel like need. Okay, so you used the word need. I don't think we need Odell Beckham Jr., but I think that he would be a giant add to this team because it adds another dimension to this offense. You saw what OBJ did when he was healthy with the LA Rams. They went and won the Super Bowl. Cooper Kupp was the bona fide number one receiver. He was the best receiver in football, by the way, that season. And he was a perfect complementary to Cooper Kupp. Defenses were wiring in on Cooper Kupp, doubling him, putting the number one receivers on him, having safety help, bracketing Cooper Kupp. That freed up OBJ to be one-on-one with the cornerback number 2, and he would win that matchup 9 times out of 10. Now you see what this Jets team is doing on offense. We have our number one receiver in Garrett Wilson. We signed Allen Lazard. You get McCole Hardman. You throw in Odell Beckham Jr. This is what Aaron Rodgers needs. He needs to be spoiled out there with weapons to the point where he can spread the ball around. Aaron Rodgers is so freaking good at scanning defenses. And when we have that many weapons that can get open, he's so good at progressing through his reads of knowing exactly where the ball needs to go. Oh, number 1's not there. Number 2's not there. 3's open. Boom. Does that in 3 seconds. That's what makes a great quarterback is the mental processing. Something that Zach Wilson struggled with very hard. Very difficult, right? Zach Wilson had all the physical traits. He had all the physical talents, but he never figured it out mentally. Aaron Rodgers, he is advanced mentally to the top. I mean, you can't get better than Aaron Rodgers in terms of mentally mastering the game of football. And that's a fact. Like, and I hate where all of a sudden people are just throwing Aaron Rodgers like, oh, he's going to the Jets? He's washed. He's a scrub. He's overrated. Bro, Aaron Rodgers is one of the best, if not the best quarterback of our generation. He's been around my entire life in the league. Like, we're talking about Aaron Rodgers here. I always believed, and I don't want you guys to think that I'm just saying this because he's going to be a Jet now, but I've always argued this, and I would always argue with Patriots fans throughout my life that I think Aaron Rodgers is the best talent that we've ever seen at the quarterback position. Tom Brady's more accomplished. He's the greatest of all time, but I always believe that Aaron Rodgers was like the best quarterback of our generation just from an individual standpoint. And now I see people like, oh, he's washed. He's this in the offseason. He does this in the media. Give me a break, bro. This guy is literally top 5 all time, potentially. All time. We're not asking Rodgers to be like lighting it up for 40 touchdowns this season. We just need him to be a game manager and make the clutch plays in the fourth quarter. That's it. That's how good this team is, folks. This Jets football team was 7-10 last year and was 7-4 at one point with shitty quarterback play. What does that tell you? That tells you how freaking good this team is around the quarterback, how good the run game was with Breece Hall healthy, how good the receivers are, how good this defense truly is. Our special teams, don't sleep on them. I know that they kind of trended down at the end of the year, but early on, the special teams was dominating. This is like, oh, gosh. Let's go, folks. Let's wake up. If Aaron Rodgers has a similar season that he had last year for the Packers, which is a washed-up Rodgers, the Jets are in the playoffs this year. It's that simple. That's how good the defense is. Right? But, hey, we just hit over 100 likes. I want to thank you guys for that. Calais Campbell, though. Another OG that's potentially joining the New York Football Jets. Yeah, sign me up. I mean, if you don't want Calais Campbell, why? You're scared about getting too old here? That's okay. We can be a little old. You need veterans that's won before to come help you go win. And guess what, folks? We're going to go win. Today. This season. Man. And shout out to my friend Nick. I was out last night, and one of my friends who's a big Jets fan, he's like, Richie, like, I love this whole thing, Aaron Rodgers, all this thing, but like there's still a thought in my brain, like, why do I have a feeling this is all going to still end up in misery and failure? I'm like, bro, it's okay to feel that way. We're programmed as Jets fans to expect the worst. And we've been through off seasons like this before, where we win the off season, we win the headlines. This isn't new for Jets fans. What's new this season is that we're actually getting a Hall of Fame quarterback. So accept that reality. It's okay to have some fear of this collapsing because guess what? It's possible. It's not impossible for this to not go right for the Jets. And accept that truth, accept that reality that us as a fan base were programmed, unfortunately, to expect the worst. And we are on cloud nine in the offseason right now. I don't think you could possibly draw up a better offseason for the New York Jets. We are the number one talking point amongst everyone in the NFL media, nationally speaking here. We're also looked at in a great light amongst the players in the league, where guys like OBJ and Aaron Rodgers and Ezekiel Elliott and Calais Campbell and the veterans that are good players want to come to the New York Jets. So things are changing. Everything the script is flipping, guys. We used to be the laughing stock of the NFL. Everyone looks at the Jets and laughs. It's because it's changing, and Jets fans soak it in because we've been on the other side for too long. And that's what makes our fan base so freaking awesome, because the ones that are still with this team, that watch this team, that watch my content, watch all the content creators, or not even that. Even if you're a diehard Jets fan that doesn't even go on YouTube or social media, and you're just a classic fan that goes watch the football games, and you still have that love for them, even though they've only gave us misery and disappointment year after year after year after year after year, it develops character. It develops an identity. It develops who we are as a fan base. Like, we are loyal, diehard, rabid fans, which is why some people call us toxic. You want to know why we're toxic? Because we're freaking passionate, and we only care about this team winning. And when it doesn't go well, we were going to let you know. That's the beautiful thing about this fan base, that we're still here. All these fans could have been gone and not supporting this team because of how bad they've been, but we're still sticking with the squad. And now all of a sudden we're going to have a season where I believe there's going to be some bandwagons hopping on. What? Bandwagon fans are going to start hopping on the Jets. I'm telling you. Prepare yourselves, Jets fans. Who would have thought? Not me. There's no bandwagons yet, but I believe they're coming. When we land Rodgers and OBJ, and we're out there winning some football games, dude, let's go. Soak this in, folks. My man John, about to make me cry with this speech, bro. Wasn't planning on going crazy with this speech, but I had to say it because Jets fans deserve to hear that. Okay? We deserve this type of... If there's a fan base that deserves this more, there's no one else. We had the longest playoff drought in the league, and we're still here. We could have just packed it up and say, you know what? It's my last straw. Hiring Adam Gase? No, thank you. Simple Eat says, would love the signing. Hey, Richie, what do you think the Nets are going to do with Ruckert this year, the Jets? I liked him a lot at Ohio State, and curious if he gets some real reps this year. Good question. I think at the end of the season last year, we finally got to see Jeremy Ruckert, and he was a beast. We got Conklin. We got Uzama. There's rumors that they might bring in Mercedes Lewis. I like to see them using Ruckert a lot more as a fullback and just as a pure blocker because he's a menace. So I think Ruckert's a good piece to have. We still here indeed, John, and I'm happy that you're still here with me. If we fall apart after this year again, half of the fan base is going to be gone. Now, that is going to be the biggest test of this fan base if we collapse again. Yeah, no doubt. Richie, I've been a Jets fan for 6 years since I was 8. Jet up for 2023 because we are coming for that title. Yes, sir, Jack. Let him know. Miami does not own us. Dakota, ignore that man. He's just trolling. And if there's a Dolphins fan coming into this chat to say those types of things, that tells you a lot about how it feels about the Dolphins. Scared. They're scared of the Jets. When a Dolphins fan comes to a Jets live chat to say that Dolphins own you, that shows you how insecure they are of us surpassing them. That's simple. It's also the same thing when it comes to the Sauce Gardner situation, just from like the perspective of how it's a trending thing to hate on him outside of a Jets fan. Obviously, there's no Jets fans hating on him. But if you're a non-Jets fan, overrated, DPI merchant, like, That shows you how freaking good Sauce Gardner is, that he has that many haters, and they put that much energy into bringing the player down because they're like, the Jets aren't allowed to have a superstar. Yeah, we're going to create this narrative that he is a bum. Yeah, keep it up. Because Sauce Gardner about to continue to clamp your favorite receiver, just like he did Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, just like he did Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson. The list goes on and on and on. You know the vibes, John. You know the vibes. Dolphins needed an Yeah, bro, they took all of us. They took Braxton, Mike White, and Dan Feeney. They're trying to become the Jets. I love it. And we stole their punter. Thank you back. Thank you for Thomas Morstead. He was ours first, by the way. What up, Jets fam? FM, welcome to the show, my friend. I've been a Jets fan since 1965. Jerome, I love to hear this. Let's go, Jerome. Still here. Woo. Love that. Pretty cool, man. It is pretty cool that we have a multi-generational of Jets fans tuning into the show. People from 1965, people that just became fans 6 years ago, people that just became fans this year, people that became fans around the time I did with the Chan Pennington years. Like, it's a really cool dynamic of fans that we got. And also, not to mention, the different locations that we're all in. Of course, we got our fans in New York. Of course, we got our fans in New Jersey. But we got fans on the West Coast. We got fans in the east of the planet. We got fans all over. We're global. Germany, UK, Australia. I mean, a lot of freaking countries. Pretty cool. Been a fan since 1988. Let's go. I love this. I lived the Ken O'Brien years. Are you Ken O'Brien's son, Sean? Brother? Richie, I have Patriots fans in my school, and they can't accept the fact that the Jets are now a good team. The Pats fans are jealous because they know we're coming for them. Oh, we're coming. We're sweeping the Patriots this year, by the way. I'm saying that. I'm manifesting it. I don't care that they swept us for the last 6 years straight. We're coming for them. Jets fan since 04. This is around the time I became a fan. I think. I was 6 years old in 04, so that kind of makes sense. Been a fan since 1990. Let's go, Jesse. Jets fan from Scotland. See, this is what I mean. Scotland. Let's go. Thanks for tuning into the show from Scotland. Let's go, Jets. Yeah. Patriots will live in the past like Yankees fans. Ooh, that's a shot, Hennessy. You know there's Yankees fans in this chat that you just triggered. Bills and Jets lead battling for the AFC East. Oh, yeah, it's going to be a gauntlet between those two teams. It's going to be either the Bills or it's going to be Bills, Jets 1 and 2 for the division. Remember when Breece Hall put up 197 yards in the Dolphins and single-handedly beat them? 197 yards. Do I got to say it again? 197 yards. Oh, 197 yards. Couldn't get that 3 yards for 200 though. Couldn't get that 3 yards to make it a 200 bomb. 40-17 that game too. Richie, do you want Elliott? No, thank you. No, thank you. And the Jets don't want him either, man. Your new mic sounds great. Curious if you use a webcam or standard cam for video. Thank you for mentioning this because definitely invested a lot into this beautiful mic. So thank you for noticing my sound quality's improved because my old microphone was driving me crazy. And you guys, yeah, you guys had to listen through my bad quality of microphone. And my camera is a standard Sony A6400 camera. I purchased it before I was a YouTuber for video purposes, and then I turned it into a webcam. So I connect it to a Elgato Cam Link, and I use it as a webcam, but it's a DSLR camera. Campbell is visiting Buffalo as well. So yeah, any Buffalo Bills fans in the chat, Calais Campbell is visiting both the Jets and the Bills, and he already visited the Falcons and the Jaguars, I believe. Fancit's 86. Shout out Jason. Let's go, baby. Richie, who would be a good backup behind Aaron? I have a feeling the Jets are going to draft a quarterback, and then it's going to be Aaron Rodgers, Zach Wilson, and a rookie as the 3, and then Chris Streveler as the 4th. Oh, Richie, Chris Streveler should be on the Streveler fans. Like, okay, I don't want to hear from you guys. Okay, come on, Chris Streveler, enough. Love the content, Richie, and I'm a Bills fan. Screw those Dolphins and Patriots. Well, John, thank you for tuning in, man. Can we afford Campbell, Jones, and OBJ? I think that they can figure out the cap situation. Yes, they got to restructure a lot of the contracts. They got to figure out, but I don't know about all 3, but 2 of the 3, yes, at least. The best play of the Jets, the best play of the first Jets-Dolphins game was Tyree getting trucked by Quinnen. Yeah. Yeah. Sounds like Campbell wants a multi-year deal. Is that true? If that's the case, give it to him. Give it to him. All right, folks. So the New York Jets are visiting with Calais Campbell. We're waiting for Odell Beckham Jr. to potentially be a New York Jet. We're waiting for Aaron Rodgers to be a Jet, which seems to be on halt, but don't worry. It's going to happen. I want to thank you all for tuning in to another Jets Media live stream. For those guys that are just tuning into the show, I know that some of you guys are aware about Michael Carter blocking a lot of people on Twitter. He actually unblocked me, and he DM'd me on Twitter saying, my bad, bro. What did he say? Exactly. He said, sorry if I had you blocked, bro. Probably an accident. Just trying to stay locked in 100%. So shout out to Michael Carter for sending me that DM. All love. Uh-oh, look who's in the chat. Jets are frauds. Rodgers don't want Jets anymore. TD is in the house. TD's still trying to take that L he took in Madden. Come on, TD. Let's play Madden again. Take care, Richie. You're a great fit. Thank you, FM. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you, man. Really, really do. So, everybody, if you're not already, hit that like button. Calais Campbell's visiting with the Jets. It's a good time to be a Jets fan, folks, because players want to come play for the Jets. Since when is that the case? We used to have to pay for the Jets tax. And what the Jets tax was, paying extra money for shitty players like Tremaine Johnson, for example. No. Now, players want to take less money to come play for the New York Jets. What does that tell you? That tells you that we're coming. And Dolphins fans are so loud in the chat because they're terrified of us and they're insecure about us and they don't want to admit it. That's what it tells us. So soak it in, Jets fans. We're coming, and it's going to be glorious. It is going to be freaking glorious. The season's going to be great, man. I'm loving it. You should love it too. Jets fans, soak in this feeling, man. I cannot wait for the season, and I cannot wait for everything to come together. So, guys, to finish off the stream here, hit that thumbs up button. We're going to cap it at an hour. Hopefully, Calais Campbell's meeting with the New York Jets goes smoothly, and we could add him to the team of Quinnen Williams and CJ Mosley and Sauce Gardner and all those boys. Bring them in. Let's freaking go. Sign me up. Let's go. Let's go. Catch you guys next time. Peace out.